Jeffree Star has been sleeping with Kanye West, and that's why they're getting a divorce.
Child, so this rumor was true? Because I don't know if y'all heard, but Kanye West just popped out of the closet, and not in a subtle tiptoe kind of way either. No ma'am, this man really got up on Elon Musk's demon app and casually admitted that he used to give his male cousin head when he was younger. Child, the confession wasn't even shy. It was unprovoked, it was wild, and it was personal. The song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found on top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Yee, and I sucked my cousin's till I was 14. Now hold up before y'all go gasping for breath, because yes, this really happened. Word around the curve is Yee been on an endless bender where he just saying any and everything that crossed his frontal lobe. But baby, this ain't just a personal trauma reveal. This right here cracked the door wide open on a bunch of whispers we've been hearing for years. Because if we go ahead and dust off that old teapot from 2021, y'all might recall the rumors that Kanye was sleeping with this internet character called Jeffree Star, while the man was still married to Kim K. And it was Jeffree Star theyself that brought it to the forefront. February 24th, 2011, Star was talking about how Yee was fun. A year before, he talked about something Kanye's nutsack. And then these were the lyrics to his god-awful foray into music. Everybody wrote it off back then, said it was just internet clout chasing and TikTok lies. But fast forward to now, that confession got folks re-looking at Jeffree like, oh, maybe them rumors wasn't capping after all. And guess what? Jeffree just so happened to post something shady right after Yee's little confession hit the net. He said, okay, the rumors were true, but Jeff didn't say no names. But the tone, the timing, baby, it's screaming. I got receipts and I'm petty enough to use them, because ain't no way you've been this quiet for years and suddenly pop out now. And that's what we call a soft confirmation in industry speak.
We can see.
He wants other men to want his woman. That's what he's into. He likes that. He likes that men are like drooling over his woman. That's what he's into.
Oh, and let's not forget about Miss Amber Rose. She been trying to warn us. Y'all remember when she spoke about how Kanye liked a little something up his back door? Allegedly. People dragged her, said she was bitter, but all of a sudden folks looking at her tweet like scripture. Because if Yee out here admitted to having oral his cousin, what makes y'all think he drew the line at a little pegging session from his ex? See, this is what happens when you laugh off women's intuition. Years later, it come back and slap you in the face with the truth. Amber said what she said, and now we see she might have just been speaking facts. Now you know it wouldn't be a real Kanye expose without Azealia Banks crashing through the wall like the gossip Kool-Aid man. Sis also been waiting on the sidelines with screenshots, psychic visions, and tea hotter than brimstone. I know y'all ain't forgotten when she claimed Kanye and Virgil Abloh were lovers, and that Yee gave head to none other than Elon Musk. Yup, Elon, Tesla Elon, Twitter X Elon, Neuralink brain chip Musk. Now look, Azealia ain't always been the most reliable narrator. Sometimes she be in the multiverse, but baby, if anybody got behind the scenes Hollywood secrets, it's her. She's always been in them weird little celebrity circles, so the fact that she even said this out loud, and considering Elon already had Kanye sleeping on his couch, acting all obsessed with him during those MAGA days, the math is not mathing, it's multiplying. Because if we keeping it a buck, this ain't the first time Kanye's sexuality has been questioned. Folks been side-eyeing some of his lyrics, his obsession with fashion, and the energy he brought around certain male figures in the industry. And remember that time he randomly said in a 2015 interview that he felt like he could be bisexual if he wanted to? He chalked it up to artistic expression, but baby, artists tell on theyself all the time. The signs were there like blinking Vegas lights. Even when Yee started dressing more flamboyant or praising male beauty in interviews, Folks called it eccentric genius, but now with the new info, it's giving. Y'all just want to believe it. And honestly, if Ye really been struggling with his sexuality this whole time, that explains a lot of the internal chaos we've been watching unravel in real time. Let's go deeper, because this ain't just about mess, it's about mindset. Kanye was raised in a very black, very religious environment. You know the type: boys don't cry, pray the gay away, what happens in this house stays in this house. Add fame, power, trauma, and undiagnosed mental health to the mix, and baby, you got a Molotov cocktail of identity crisis. And now that he out here confessing past encounters with his cousin, it's feeling less like a brag and more like a breakdown. Like, was that his way of coping or releasing shame? Is this a cry for help or a performance? We not here to judge sex. Let that man live how he need to. When you weaponize religion and run your mouth about the gay agenda while low-key wrestling with your own truth, yeah, it hit different. Now, we already touched on Jeffree earlier, but let's not play. This where it really started getting nasty, cause once Kanye's confession hit the air, Jeffree ain't waste no time leaning into the chaos. Like he been waiting to say, I told y'all this whole time. That tea first popped off back in 2021 when TikTok girlies was screaming about Kanye creeping with Jeffree, while Kim was out here crying in skims. At the time, everybody laughed it off. Even Jeffree was playing coy, dropping half confirmations in full glam, smiling like the cat that ate the canary. But now that Kanye's publicly confessing past same encounters, oh, this rumor don't look so silly no more. It's giving confirmation. It's giving y'all thought we was playing. And what makes it even more messier is that Jeffree Star, problematic or not, lives for a powerful down low man moment. So if Ye and him really did link up even just once, that explains why Jeffree ain't never denied it with his chest. He always knew he had that little "I know what you did" bullet in the chamber. So if we being for real, we all owe Amber an apology for shutting down her finger in the testimony. At the time, she said Kanye liked her to go backdoor on him. Everybody just clowned her. Kanye even tried to spin it with that 30 showers line like he was the victim. Whole time, Amber might have just been telling the truth before the world was ready to hear it. If Ye really been exploring his sexuality for years, then that little moment with Amber ain't so random, it's a breadcrumb. And let's be real, Amber been out here setting folks free long before y'all gave her credit. Sis been saying he was freaky, been saying he had demons. Now all of a sudden it's starting to make sense why she dipped when she did, cause baby, it was probably a lot behind them doors. Now let's talk about Kim, cause if Kanye really was out here wrestling with his sexuality the entire time they were married, then we gotta ask, was Kim just a beard? Was she in on it? Or was she genuinely blindsided? Some folks swear Kim had to know. Others say she was just trying to fix him like every woman thinks she can do with a damaged man. Either way, sis got played on a public stage while Kanye was allegedly trying to taste the rainbow behind closed doors. And the wildest part, while she was out here fighting to keep her family together, Ye was spiraling, publicly beefing with Pete, wearing MAGA hats, and allegedly hiding private truths even his closest circle didn't want to believe. So yeah, everybody caught strays in this story. But hey, let's pause the jokes for a second and try to be real for a second. Is Kanye finally finding peace, or is this just another era of emotional chaos in a man that's been crying out for help since 808s and heartbreak? It's not lost on nobody that Kanye's been searching for self for over a decade. From Jesus walks to MAGA hats, from fashion icon to mental health spirals, every phase feels like him begging to be understood while also pushing everybody away. Now that he's speaking on his queer experiences, is it healing? Or is it another spiral dressed up as a revelation? Because let's be honest, he ain't coming out with clarity. He's dropping confessionals like shock value grenades that don't always mean liberation. Sometimes it means confusion, especially when you never made peace with yourself to begin with. Because now we got a right-wing Ye who allegedly gave head to his cousin, maybe got frisky with Jeffree Star, allegedly got pegged by Amber, and possibly got intimate with Elon Musk. Woo! Child, it's not the gay rumors that gagged us, it's the layers, the contradictions, the trail of women, the public meltdowns, the Christian genius billionaire sound bites, all while allegedly living a double life nobody was ready to see. But here's the real tea. Kanye West ain't just a celebrity. He's a mirror for fame, for masculinity, for repression, for performative faith, for what happens when your secrets hit the surface faster than your healing. But what do y'all think? Do y'all believe Kanye is finally living in his truth? Or is this just more chaos disguised as confession? If the Jeffree Star and Elon Musk rumors are true, what does that say about power, fame, and the weird circles these billionaires really move in? And lastly, how should Kim feel knowing she might have been married to a man who never even saw her as the final destination? Drop your thoughts below.